Okay, welcome back to Sandworm Fondling Simulator 2016, everybody. I'm your host, Larry the Chupacabra, joined by Papersharps, my
Hello there.
wonderful murdery robot, who is certainly somewhere out in the desert. He'll come back whenever we spawn back in.
Like,
So I managed to find a bit of titanium when I was
even
out.
robots need some private time every now and then, Larry. Leave me with my rock.
Yeah, alright. You do the thing. After I hear that angry clunking and grinding sound, I'll assume you've had your alone time. But I managed to
Probably.
find some titanium when I was on my way back from way over there by that big archway rock. And now we can go ahead and build a, utilities forge. And we'll just stick it, right over here next to our, I'll call this our crafting area. Oh, there's the robot. Speak of the devil. You're done
It's
molesting
actually,
rocks. Look at you, fancy
yeah,
boy.
it's been a while, man. It goes quicker then.
Alright, so now we've got this, and if we want to build a structure, we're going to need a bunch of glass, a bunch of aluminum, steel, and copper and everything. And to kind of start getting that stuff together, we need to go gather some magnesium, because if we go in here, we can make a bunch of different things, most notably steel, glass, and a shovel. And to make steel, we're going to need that wonderful magnesium, which is defended by Charlie. So I'm going to open this up and actually dump everything that isn't very essential to us. Well, I can't remove the map from my person anymore. Okay. I guess the map will just have to go down to Shit Creek. And let me snack. Can I snack on a berry? Yes. Snack on a berry before we go Charlie grabbing, fondling, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Don't you forget to take off your helmet this time, Larry. You know what happened last time when you tried to eat a berry?
I mean, just because I smooshed into smiley face doesn't mean anything. Alright, where are you, Charlie? You should be in fondling mood right now. Oh, there he is! There's Charlie!
I just wanted to say, maybe you should do your mating call, Larry. Hey, it is working.
It is. As you see, you can't really shoot the worm. The worm just doesn't even give a shit. Alright, we should be relatively safe for a brief moment.
Maybe you should go inside and try to rip its heart out or something.
You know, I've tried to do that from the inside out, and thank God we have cloning bays in the future. Turns out there's a small tribe of tongue people that live inside of these giant sandworms, and they'll stab you before you can get close to the heart.
Oh god.
Uh-oh, my suit temperature's getting all wonky. That's what happens if you sprint.
Why does that remind me so much of Gears?
That's what happens when you get, you sprint for too long. You get overheated and you can make yourself sick and pass out, I think. And if you
just
move
like
around,
real life.
if you move around a little too much as well, then you can also run out of oxygen. Your suit won't replenish fast enough. When you get 0, I guess you start to hyperventilate and your oxygen just stays low and you just die. You suffocate in your spacesuit. So that's why I abuse the pants off of my rocket boots, and I gotta keep an eye out for Charlie.
Damn. Google Hangout just raped my eardrums again.
Oh. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that Papersharps can see what's going on live instead of just insinuating in my description. We are screen sharing right now via Google Hangouts, but even though it's a little bit more stable than Skype, still kind of sucks chuds. Really hard. Just because,
I'm just calling a conspiracy here. There's gotta be just someone from Google seeing this and just like, let's put the volume up just a little bit. Oh, yep, there's a reaction.
Alright, let's see. I think that's probably enough. Let's head back out of the crater and we'll make the long way around because I don't want to get touched in the butt with giant worm teeth.
Those trees look like hipster trees to me.
Yep, and the ones that are all, wilted, those are the ones that usually have parasites around them.
Yeah, parasites before it was cool.
Or were they? Maybe they're just two different varieties. There's the frond trees that give berries, if they're big enough. Like, these little ones have the start of tumors, but their tumors aren't big enough to eat yet. They have to do some growing. Oh, yep, there's a parasite on the ground somewhere.
Parasite with a Y. It's an important difference.
Oh, there it is. See him? See him on the ground? He's like a little piece of the flood. Oh,
Huh.
fuck. Oh, God. Oh! He just...
Uh-oh. Oh, no! No way!
He almost touched my butt. He was right next to me.
Wait,
That's what
you're
I was
still
worried
alive?
about. That's what I was worried about.
You kidding me? You're still alive?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Your body will disappear and you will zoom out from it like you just got eaten or killed in No Man's Sky. Or do anything in No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is big on panorama shots. Charlie, I liked you better when you were a unicorn who everyone wanted to steal your kidneys and other body parts. I love those series. Film Cow is amazing. One day
Oh,
I'll have
shit.
to
That's where
interview
it
that
was
guy.
from.
Alright, that should be enough to start making materials. So what did that require? We needed aluminum and iron out of the box. We need aluminum. We can make a complete stack of iron. Oh, okay, that freaked me out there. Fucking Papersharps getting in my camera, making me think that Charlie was here trying to eat me back at our base.
Hey, that's not me as long as you don't give it my name. Just so you know.
We all know it's you. Who else would be such a
You-
trollish robot?
Yeah, well, point taken.
Alright, so after you craft stuff, there isn't like a crafting time like it manufactures stuff yet. But you'd have to go into the inventory of the forge and grab up all of that delicious metal. And now with this, the first thing we're actually going to want to do is build a shovel. Because you'd think you'd go to like the desert and just kind of scoop sand up into your suit and then take it back to base, but in actuality, you just got to equip, if I remember to take it out of the inventory, you just equip this shovel, which has a durability, and it allows you to dig shit up. Just like right anywhere. You can dig up sand from pretty much any biome. And it's 2 per
This game
glass.
is so realistic.
We're gonna need like a shit ton of it. So I'm gonna fill my inventory basically with grass and sand. So if you like tumor-looking, low-res stuff on the ground, you're in luck this episode, guys. Your quid is in.
Yeah, while you're doing that, let me ask you a question, Larry. I asked you this earlier this week. Just to fill the time a little bit. Are there any games you're looking out for the coming months? Because you know, Christmas time is coming, games months.
You know, I mostly just have an inbox full of indie titles that I had never heard of that I'm looking to preview. But I mostly just play a lot of free-to-play games with my friends whenever I'm not doing stuff for YouTube. That's things like Heroes of the Storm. And sometimes we play... I mean, StarCraft 2 isn't free, but we sometimes play that. What else were we playing recently? You know, it's one of those things where you just play enough during the day, every day, that you forget which ones you play just for funsies and which ones you play for kind of work, so to speak.
Yeah. I recognize that. I have a whole library still sitting, waiting around to be played as well.
Yeah, there is a new game that I was gonna look at, kind of like a space game from Wargaming, the people that make World of Warships and World of Tanks. But,
oh shit, they're gonna make a space game?
Yeah, they kind of already have. The trick is, though, that right now, they like to do that thing where, like, if you become an early founder, then you can get access. I'm like, I don't really want to pay you that much money for a game I'm only going to play a little bit. So let's see, what do we need to build this first structure? We need the glass, which I just crafted, so let's pop that out. I have a lot of it. You need a lot of glass.
The one game I'm looking forward to most is definitely Mafia 3. Did you ever play the Mafias?
No, what are those like?
They're pretty fun. They're like comparable to, it's funny because they're comparable to sandbox games like, say, GTA in style, where you just run around with a third-person character and drive around in different cars. But it's different because it's not sandbox. It's just a linear story progression game. But it's so good. It has like that whole Godfather vibe, really well done, with a good story in the back and that sort of thing.
Now where is it going to let me build this? Right here. I'm gonna build... Yeah, I guess I can build it, like, way back here in the flat plane. So one of the hinks with building right now is you kind of need a flat area to put stuff, which is part of why I put our dome where I did, just so we had lots of room to stick our habitat. Which is weird, because I'd hope you'd be able to just stick it, like, way up in the air, because they have, like, little struts that they sit on. But here is the first part of our habitat module. Let me in. Let me in. Alright, so what do you think, Sharps?
This looks like a decent enough bouncy castle for now, but I do want an upgrade later.
Yeah, so what I was talking about before is that they don't come with all the walls. You have to install them yourself using your multi-tool. So here I can build a normal wall, I can build it with a window since I have extra glass, or I can make a coupler with some of the rubber that we got, and that'll allow us to attach it to like hallways that we can build out from our base. But initially, we don't really need a lot of that. So I'm going to actually go back, and I'm just going to get a bunch of iron.
We will get a tower for this, right?
Not really.
I want a tower.
It's not really towers right now. I don't know if those will be a thing, but if they are, we'll build you your giant space penis on the face of Mars eventually, Sharps, I promise.
Thanks, because she can't have a bouncy castle without a freaking tower.
Not wrong. Certainly not wrong. Unfortunately, I thought you could maybe build it up there, otherwise I keep my dome a little bit closer at hand. So let's see here. Let's start building some walls. And it's incredibly exciting, but as sort of intuitive as it is, this is actually a really advanced type of building system that's both modular and not a pain in the ass like the original Rust building system was. We had to put like a support strut here, but it's 2 inches too close to the other strut, so you gotta undo it. You know, crap like that. I'm not sure we're gonna have enough copper to finish building this, but anything we don't finish today, I'll finish building this basic structure off camera, and then we'll start to fill it with different furniture. How are we doing for time right now?
12 minutes. Got some time.
Okay. So let me think of what games have I been looking at. I definitely need to get back into playing some Rocket League, because I got that for free on PS4, but I never did a whole lot with it. And then, of course...
Do you hear that, Femi Graphics Moxer? Larry's gonna join you, confirmed.
Oh yes, there you go. We'll do an episode together where we have, not a tournament, but just kind of a futzing around online. Or maybe we'll do a futz around kind of podcasty style video. Won't be an official podcast, although I could say that we are looking into bringing back the Feed Me Pixels podcast. The Pixelcast, sometime in October. No official dates on that yet, but it should be good once we get that rolling.
Can we announce who's involved with that, or is that a surprise?
That'll be a surprise, since we don't fully have the list just yet, and I am out of copper, so we're gonna have to go find some copper next. But basically, the way that the progression in this game works is you build this forge, then you have to build a habitat in which you can build a chemistry table to build things like plastics and other chemicals that then go into the fabricator, which build advanced things like circuit boards, which will allow you to build things like, you know, this oxygenator and some of these advanced storage controls. Like, there's a climate controller. A climate controller must be built to regulate the temperature inside living quarters. Build inside of a habitat. And you can start to build things like this giant biodome so we can grow our own food. Or a laboratory where we can build giant crazy space robots and stuff.
Robots.
Yeah, we can build like a mech for you to stuff your brain into, Sharps, and you can run around mauling the countryside.
Wait, are you gonna use me as farming equipment now?
I mean, you can maul the other animals there with the farming equipment. I mean, think about all the foxes that probably get caught under combines every year.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
So let's stick
look
all
at
of
this. I was scrolling through the upcoming games list. October 11, 2016, PlayStation 4 finally gets Rise of the Tomb Raider. Shouldn't they be happy?
I mean, does anyone even play that anymore? That was kind of a letdown of a game, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
spoiler alert for people who actually want to see the ending of that. Every choice in that game was meaningless because the story basically comes down to The guy who's basically Jesus should have destroyed the immortal God Rock before basically enslaving a bunch of people to defend it for thousands of years.
End of spoilers. Yeah, I replayed the first Tomb Raider reboot, and I wasn't quite as impressed by it as the first time.
You know, it was fun because it was really gory. I think they covered up a lot of their kind of hinky mechanics with the fact that you had random, vicious, violent, gory deaths just everywhere.
Yep. Really cruel ones as well.
They lost a lot of that in the second one too. I think that I don't know. I think they decided that that was something people didn't like, or maybe just the idea of like brutally mutilating a female character is probably not PC with a lot of people either. But if you're gonna brutally kill male characters, it sounds fair to me that everyone should be brutally mutilated. That's what Tripwire does with Killing Floor 2.
This one sounds interesting as well. Until Dawn: Rush of Blood for the PS4. Did you catch anything about the original Until Dawn?
You know, I remember some friends saying it wasn't that great. What was Until Dawn one of the zombie games?
No, it was one of those. How would I describe it? Like a horror game, like inspired by these slasher movies, like Friday the 13th and stuff.
Huh.
And then it was basically made in the style like what's the name again? Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, all those choice-based games basically, where you in the moment make a little choice and then the story moves on, that sort of thing.
Weird.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of something else there.
Yeah. I mean, there's just when you put names like Dawn or something in there, you think about like some generic horror game that probably shared the name, like a part of the name.
Like Blood Dawn or whatever.
Because to be honest, like there's a lot of Dawn-related games. Like this is Osiris, New Dawn. What happened with the old Dawn? And it's probably just a simple fact that Osiris is a really well-used name in a lot of different things. Like, isn't Osiris one of the old Egyptian gods? So it's hard to keep track of all of them, to be honest. I'm currently looking for some spare copper, which I need a fair bit of to do the things.
The fun thing about that Until Dawn game was basically because they were all stereotypical teenage personas you were controlling. That was kind of fun to lead them to their deaths, basically.
I still need to play, like, Life is Strange, and, there was a list of things that I was given back when I was in Scouts as a group leader, because we assisted in, like, managing certain groups, and one of them was a seminar that wasn't specifically for Scouts, that talked about dealing with teenage social problems when giving people advice or just listening. And one of the things with especially teenage girls is that you're supposed to deal with the emotions surrounding the problem, as well as, or maybe in replacement of solving the core problem. And that's kind of what the mantra is in Life is Strange if you don't want any of your friends to shoot themselves. Which is an odd thing that you can, like, critically break that down thanks to seminars and stuff, but, you know.
And it actually works right? In a video game. Yeah.
Where the hell was all of that copper? We're gonna get fondled by aliens if we're not careful.
Here comes Charlie!
Also, there's a few little glitches here. Looking up at the underside of the rubber tree.
Well, that's just inappropriate, Larry.
I mean, I know you like upskirts. I saw your search history. Don't you lie to me.
Let's just go over here to clear browser history and stop.
Delete all those voyeur site bookmarks. No one needs to know.
Sorry, Futa, Rule 34, Mass Effect. Get that out of here.
Midgets forming elaborate structures while also getting plowed. I mean, what?
That actually sounds like a pretty funny YouTube video title.
Oh, hey, they actually gave me a little heads-up display that told me how to open up my flashlight. So I guess we're gonna fight the demons now. Because it's nighttime, which means that once it's fully pitch black out, we're gonna start getting invaded by baby giant creatures and some other nasty predatory gnat-like critters.
Here's a dilemma for you though, Larry. Are we gonna do that right now, or are we gonna leave the surprise for the next episode?
Yeah, we're gonna do that next episode, because I couldn't find any copper, so We'll have some more answers to that
That was-
question of what games we're looking at next time.
He chose that quickly. That was not a dilemma at all. Yeah, sure, next time, fine.
Yeah, I mean, those aliens are a pain in the ass. I'd rather not deal with them at the end of an episode, because that could run on for forever.
Guy likes them. Anywho, I was Papersharps.
And I'm Larry, the delectable chupacabra man, and we'll catch you next time. Toodles, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And check all the other FMP stuff, which we always mention, and you might know by heart now. Bye-bye!
Alright, bye, everybody.